Pöginti Sangu Lenim Sensing Nangan Tangmarkasu, Samditang Taring Pögaloni Dong Gada, Sumjusobje, Pendachuni Betsege, Chiluni Dong Juni Le, Dawatangpe, Tse Sumjusoji, Saming Maning, Sangu Lezen Gozushi, Nedo Shukan, Bemsri. Dodo Jitu, Kudo Tangbo, Lobsang Yishilane, capturing a Pepimima Chitu, Legur Tambu Shunaure. Dodo Jitu, Geshe Yungdun Ganzela, capturing a Pepimima Jitu, Zawon Shubashi, Uedu Lekane, Dixie Gong, Kongkitsabto, capturing a Chitu, Uedu Chemenan, Dodo Jitu, Kudo Tangbo, Lobsang Yishila, Sokosha Naure.
Capturing Pepimima Chitu, Penzosu, Chitu, the Chumana, Senju, Pimi, Jetim, the Chitu, Shubatada. 저쪽 공대는 개매토 완전 초동다 지금 차단해봐 내 하선 수행이 그다음에 간대 쉬기 초동 공수 당제된 쉬기
Lobsang Yishila la Tengwe Wedu Chemeka Buesho Tang Atong Game Geju Capshi Lebre Lobsang Yishila ni Chandigarh Tholomne Sidun Cherik to Nyewe Zula Ramjam Ta Gegen Wejon Tembashi Gimbata Ponda Tenlop Ta Serache Lobda Sokina Gegen Gi Chale Nanyon Yobre Tishin to Nyamship Ta Yigur Pögi Shunu Lenzo Ugyune Gi Tikzu Genzi Ta Chokshun Gi Leguryan Shunado
Pögi Gabda Meri Gi Ta Tabzo Gi Gyurim Naloliya Ta Mikse Manzo Gi Ta Kawa Naloliya Kawa Chik Naloliya Ta 소소 저기 국대직 라체 샤비슈야 고가브라이디 가나 슈춤부터는 도스야 한선 텐데 잘이야 벽에 갑도 메리기 탑저디 딱 자라 쇼질 내인디 아니 먼저기 딱 지들 행한 원이야 즉 아니 게 슈춤 쇼케고 즉 탑저기 등교 제고야 그러라 계지 나로리아 탑저딜이야 한다 즉 세토네 레퇴 아니 실류기 빈다조기야 즉 굴레경 딜이야 가지고 잡종한테 슈도 딘데기다 세토위기 등자질 내인데 근데 지금 보와게야나 아니 저 가나요한다 네 갑자기 로자비요야 근데 용도 쉬어 소송원이야 다지 고갑라우딜이야 지 돌로카운 지 슈트비면디 삼담이야 지 근데 로사 용도 이민의 소송원이야 엄마 아니 외디갑이야 지 민망이야 탐자 쉬어바디 단내에는 못 튀지 강도 지도직 소송원은 누가 가요직 라삼 남다 토네직 잘해내 임바디 녀마 탐자 요바 시송기 즉 대벨로 주정한 나로레네 소소 칸토도 제 마음바 다단달로 시가 교림 나로레 칸토도 제기 시제 쉬야이나 조치슈디 단데 다 전주 지조 나로레야 다 말아서 쉔게조 당한도 지면도 로 이술 할라직 쉔게기 나로레야 대제 쉔게조리야 정다 쉬야데 쉔게조리야 로솔람데 쉬야다 지기 semgyudan dindegi ta chik lega mang shuchik chendi kecheshudi shenge zolya nganzung ne lobso lamden je teaching ba chikyapje tabzu gyurim nalole shenge chasan chu leche ani genki 되데 shuch kechum chi tondedo soza ngazu tabzu gyunchon chebla shenge ani chiki nyungshe chiki genki bene de rube khore yoma soza shenge imba 탐지기 소소 ani chik 당부 토말이야 직 소소 죽준 야고 체제 봐 셰윈다 남된다 직제다 간절 톤이야 죽준 체제 아니 지조 나로리아 genke제 믹스에 따단다 정부 주변에 가서 저기 시자 사대에서 신문 개주무 저기 열대 인민이 다 탑주디 다 개체주인데 탑주 나로리아 가서选게 저기 네체 남주체 삼로 사와 당퇴 최시 사와 괴퇴 게지 등제 나로리아 배들리아 갑주 응을하 라퇴 디톨리아 가서 거는 다 저기 Lobsang chair, Jongda Shuare, Samodare, Nyamship chair, the Tandi Shivich Ketchum Stondi. And did the Nyamdo Chazo Tomi Mechani, Jizo Naloli again, Shivich Kedego, Jizo Gangan Dulia, so can't do chick, and a chick Shabde Share the Ketchum Bresamudu, Kandar Talengi, Kubde di Shabji Shusaki, and Kubde Chilang in the Shedeke. Sonza chick Nal Haji Laga Chawra some chida, Nal Haji gain your message. 갑직네 로잡지 텐데 용데도 손자 소송은 간토도 지야 있어요.
Nyelam Tseni Saguni Kalon Tripa Lobsang Senge Choge Kollegal Tendening Shijaki Menkan Sawa Kunkyab Dropening Sagya Legdup Sine Unje Naibre Unje Zegor Gande Tripa Rizon Rimbuche Choge Ube Treten Tungjetan Deyo Leje Rosu Kaje Pepnando Kalon Tripa Choge Zegor To Sungshe Nanga Menkan La Dogo Tuye Te Wutu Be Nedan Shigre Tele Manangwene Ngongo Chegude Hajangi Kechebre Tenda Songsan Kangtupki Ngongo Tola Yesab Nangwebe Bigunado Unje Zego Jene Kollegal Pemi Mangso Namla Penangi Tate Zara ki Nedang Tang Lagwar Chinda Nibe Tse Geni U Pemi Dixuge, Kudigo, Zamning Sajo Kansa, Ninga Tuchik to Shige Cheve Dunsem Yamke, Legu Pegu in Pater, Pemi Sangme, Yamshu Nangabe, Corso, Songsheta, Tishin to Pemi Dixuge, Wene, Penangi Zataki, Netan Kor, Koto Pegur, Deyo Minango, Susane Sato to Kyone, Shunde Minakata, Sengu Gulamka, Tishin Trezo Peter Gabgur Kimina so Jete Nante, Gana Shungi Penangi Pemi Sorzin, Betamda Jenki Sijute, Pemi Rizamase, Pegi Chetan Rikshun, Ki Tishin Koryu Sola Kange, Chinda Soshin Yogor, Seche Shudan Shimu in Bekorso, Songshenando. Penangi Zada Nedan Kor Shungzab Kata, Gaga Trezo, Timi Pedun Gabgowa, Sidu Minasola, Netu Shugu, Teshin Gana Shungzabla, Pemiman Chitu Henzoki, Mixe, Gudun Yigetu, Ganagi Sinzi, Hujin Taula, Chitu Henzoki, Yonda, Nenshu Gubu, Cheki Chedo, Chitu Kamachembela, Kitsube, Chitu Moritembala, Chitu Jansabla, Chitu Jujen Kunjo Chudun Laje, Chitu Shiletube, Chitu Henzoki, Kuzab Sojunshi, Teni Saguni, Gaga Yasa Delir Fernando. Yang CNN Sanyu Tsembe Penang Gana Shungi Tamda Kazu Chigi Yobadan Zada Netangi Ngoyu Nezu Dokship Chedu Sanyu Tsembe Sargo Badodab Chebar Gana Shungi Nyedobe Konsor Tamda Kanda Cheyebe Gorki Nezu Shigbe Yobe Tobde Sirona.
In the dark, icy back roads of Western China, a deadly conflict is being hidden from view. In villages nestled into these mountains, Tibetan nuns and monks have been setting themselves on fire. Tibetans and human rights groups accuse Chinese security forces of brutally putting down protests, and we, the media, are being locked out.
Okay, we've been pulled over by the side of the road here. We've been travelling for about 2 hours from Chengdu. We're heading up into the mountains to where the Tibetan communities live, and of course there was a police checkpoint. Our producer is now outside talking to the police, and they're now going to look at our passports.
In the darkness, our camera picks up the police. Eventually, we're ordered back. They say it's for our safety. It won't be the last we see of the police.
Oh, he said yesterday, no checkpoint. Today, checkpoint here. There's something that must have happened.
There are reports of fresh violence. Our driver speaks to a Tibetan contact inside the exclusion zone. The area is surrounded by police and Chinese military, he says. Later media reports say 2 Tibetan protesters were shot dead. At dawn, right across Sichuan province, police are moving in. A security net has fallen across parts of Chengdu. In this Tibetan Buddhist neighbourhood, authorities are tightening their grip.
So we're having to stay in the car here because there are police literally every few metres here, absolutely crawling with police. I think you can probably see one through the window just over my shoulder. A lot of Tibetans here, a lot of Buddhist monks that we can see walking around. You really get the sense here that this place is in lockdown.
It's hard to get people to talk here. These young monks say they are verbally abused and harassed by police, pushed to breaking point.
Wow.
I cannot bear it any longer, he says. I can't bear it anymore. They live here in this tiny one-room apartment. They are far from their home in the mountains, cut off, they say. They cannot even make contact by phone. We want to go, but we cannot. You can see all the security out there, he says. Wherever you go, they see you. You cannot go anywhere. Are you afraid, we ask. He just looks to a picture of the Buddha. I can't explain, he says, but I'm not afraid. In their pouch they hold a keepsake of their spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, too sacred to even show us. This pouch, they say, carries a dream. We wish what all Tibetans wish for the most, for the Dalai Lama to return to the palace in Tibet. They know about the self-immolation of other Buddhists, they support them and vow it will continue until China leaves Tibet. For the Chinese government, these are dangerous men. China claims more than a dozen people have been killed in what they call Tibetan terrorist attacks. Throughout our reporting, we've been watched. Our vehicle is followed. Our driver says his family has received threatening phone calls. At the airport, we are detained by plainclothes police, held and questioned for 5 hours. Before being released, police keep some of our video. There are plenty of claims and counterclaims in this dark conflict, all played out behind a veil of state secrecy in the mountains of Western China. Stan Grant, CNN, Sichuan Province.
Lenge ne section de pyogi nyinti sangyu le de number nga zo lerim se boto che shamla namshi ngwen da music hange che sangye ke loto sirona.
Pyogi nyindi singe yongla tsamdi tashi dila shuwa tang chabji kuyne dunda diyin nange zindi kee chewa ka nyensan shugiyinye chidang pyonda chungyi wa di changara chewa yu dadi changmo chewa sir shindu changwe kang changa soro chu dadi pyoze nish tsabye ne chindi u top shingzi kabyu chi su sala chwe chungle pyo nang sheba jingi dawang se chola taraja pyo na shingle salu dungi ren shinya dunda diyin nang pumdong hloi chozu kegi yodab chodir kajian lederi zimgewa kechimboyi pena chansi tende zego chega pomyo shura sha pumdong kebi cho lojoso te mirungwa tang tishin yenguso loi choni yengu cha mirungwa yin shinyang pungbo chila tongwe kap loi chozo sha chode pungbo kher mirungwa yin dona kajian lederi kandang kandrubya pumdong newe chodir zimgewa yin kasi cho tega rangla lederi drupkyo se pumdong kebi chodir jambi yengi kushik tenpa tang shabrindo namsan nangi tenpa yina pumdong기 nyewa shiwara chigiyo. Chansi tendeso lodi chozang hlome tang nubde chozo kegi yobe dini kangrungla shura shaya tawa tang shayang chawa kanda kanga yinayang hlome tang nubde chozo shaa teni dumna sangwa yo. Pyonda chungiwe tse ge tang jinda tangbe tse sumju sojik chuza yang kewe dushu chebara ngenbe zema nangwe kasi dini dugyu mache kame chasong na chuza tobe tamne nangni chila tundu chaza nang chuzawe dojo che na 추자데 도 토기요 변다 중립의 체 주당 진단이의 체니 투조 상와 마세 디니 루데비안 케베 루도르당 루상 동와 소 류죄라 상와인 시양 변다 중립의 체 중립당 진단이의 체시 투조심비 랑이 투균기 차례 낭데야 마도 시 레시 사바 고점을 겐바이 하바도 게지기 사다 영원시 케베 레단 차와꾼랑 겐바이 시 디니 창스 텐데 제고 제야다 tinduyo cheba, lakangda ten kusungdu de xiengba, ngenba masi, lakbardo dini tsongi namge tsongle go zambada, nguso ki no chila tongwar, ngenbe zamba nangwe. Dini ledon teta mache kame tuki yu na, yengon dodab ngewardo chegyo bayi. Yengon dodab so kusungdu de ramne dan tenba, kangbi togang kyamra zangsar jenrani choba xiemba tang, tishindu saza dang suri di lode xiemla yobe, di digbi to segen puni, shani didara sung gwayi. Oma agani nigani achila mendrale soha, nima tamje gewayi, gyugara tamje sangwayi, sanje tamje zuruji, chosum dembi denzigi changson yengung kijebi, tsenye naba tamje sung, shidang trashi dila zui, she sungbayi na yengongi nyewa dotobgiyo. Diyi nini shingam chinsa sha dunju tunyi gyuwayin. Tishin pyonda chungyiwe tse chubshi tang, jinda nyiwe tse chung, chojo shenpa mase, nina yang kegi yobe, tuyungi chale nang deya mato, leshi saba kangdang kanga ina gochombar ngenbe zemba nangwe, lakbar doyang diyeni maagi namgwe maa changwa tang, kanju tsoba jawa, tishindu timla shudu chibe lela ngenba inbe zemba nangwe, yang diyeni chuzaji nime chogyo chebar ngenbe zemgwe wayi. Kade diyeni dhugyo mache kame tugi yona, chuzaji tojo so nangni chila madoyon kong chaza nang, chuzawe tojo chena, chuzaji nyewa shiwar chigiyo. yang dini yang sojong kigi yobe duwa zimba namlo gewa soba da digba chungwe nimo yangi che gongja yungwa shu chabjik dunda di ziri zodyon ka shiyu simba yi dunda jime duzu digi to yang kya chayon tuji che.